There's a certain process you go through when you get a new piece and you look at it for the first time. I'm going to walk through this with you with Faure's Elegie for cello and orchestra. The first thing you look at in any piece is the key signature, time signature, and tempo if it's there. Tempo for Elegie is molto adagio, and it's in C minor and it's in common time, which is 4/4. In any piece that's this slow, which the elegy happens to be approximately 60 to 70 to the 8th note, you really want to feel solid 16ths when you're playing it, or else it won't have the power that it does in that theme. If you kind of guess, it loses its character if you're not completely exact with your 16th notes. The next thing I look at is who wrote the piece and what era of music it was written in. This piece is by Faure and it was written in the Romantic era. The era music is written in is very important to interpretation because I wouldn't play a Baroque piece the same way I would play a Romantic piece. Phrasing is the next thing I think about when I'm looking at a new piece. A good thing that helps if you know how the piece goes is to sing it and figure out where you want the phrasing to be. I would not recommend to play it on your instrument to figure out the phrasing because you're too busy thinking about technical things to truly think about the phrasing. But if you sing it, you kind of just know where you want it to go. So when I sing it, I go, it does continue to go down, but I had to go up because my voice doesn't go that low. Singing phrases helps because you can tell what direction the phrase goes in and does it diminuendo, and exactly what note you want the phrase to is possibly the most important. In this phrase, it's that last half note, C. The phrase tends to diminuendo, which is actually a very smart idea to do since the next phrase is the same phrase repeated, but it's pianissimo. Since we are looking at a romantic piece, you have to think about what type of vibrato you want to use, if any at all. There are many different colors and styles of vibrato, from a very slow to a very glittery, and and you want to make, and especially in this piece and in every piece that has vibrato on many notes, you want to make sure that your whole hand is vibrating. There is a smooth connection between each note instead of stopping and changing note and starting again. A few things to keep in mind with this passage going over the whole thing is to have a very slow bow and make sure you're parallel to the bridge and be pretty close to the bridge because it is marked forte, but you still want that dark, rich sound. So what you'll want to do is really never go past this part of the bow. The phrasing that we have chosen for this passage, there's some technical hurdles that need to be overcome, namely string crossings and shift. There are a few string crossings which there is a method to making these sound like you're playing it all on one string. The trick to string crossings, and all string crossings like this, where you don't need to shift, where you're just moving to the next string, what you want to do is you want to have this C and G set so that when you want to, so you just have to go. It helps that it's slurred, and then that one you just have have to practice. And then there's this shift, which is kind of nice that it happens to be a harmonic. And then put vibrato on top of that eventually. But there's another shift in there, but it's not nearly as hard because you're not crawling up a low string. And that's about it for the technical difficulties in this passage. Thanks for watching. I hope all this was helpful to you. Please subscribe and subscribe to my other channel, Cello Vlogs, where I talk about my daily life. Goodbye.